Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video tutorial, which is going to be focused on setting up our own password policy for our IAM users under our AWS account. So to do so, we need to first of all head on over to IAM. So you can type in IAM and go ahead and click on the link here to take you to the IAM dashboard. And all we need to do is just be patient as we get redirected to that dashboard. Now, you may or may not see the following info panel here on the left-hand side open to you. Now, if for some reason it is appearing like this, what we need to do is go ahead and click on that. Next, you want to scroll down, and under the access management category, you want to click on the account settings link here. So you can go ahead and click on that. Then the first thing that you're going to see here is this table here that pertains to the password policy. So this is where we can configure the password requirements for our IAM users, and you can see here on the default here what password policy is set. So it's going to say this AWS account uses the following default password policy, and you can see all the constraints such as the password minimum lengths, the password strengths in terms of what is included here with the character types, so uppercase, lowercase, numbers, non-alphanumeric characters, and any other requirements that are set, such as never expiring the password, and the password must not be identical to our AWS account name or email address that we have registered for our AWS account initially. So this is a default password policy. As you can see, typically you can already tell by the minimum length of 8 characters. Now let's say you have specific requirements for your organization, your company, or you just want to set something more secure. So what you can do to alter this password policy is you can go ahead and say edit. And here you'll see that you get IAM default and custom. So you can see here that is what we are currently on. We're on IAM default here, which is all of the constraints that we went through previously. So you can go ahead and say custom, for example. And what you want to do is you want to set a password length here. So you can go ahead and define it. You can leave it as is if you wish. You can change it. And you can see here that it can be between 6 and 128 characters. And you can also alter the password strengths in terms of the following options. So require at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, at least one number, one non-alphanumeric character, and it's going to show you examples where necessary as well. And then you can set special requirements such as turning on password expiration or password expiration requiring administrator reset, allowing users to change their own password and prevent password reuse. So you can see various options which you can modify. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to set the password minimum length here to 12 characters. And I want to require at least one uppercase letter and one lowercase letter, one number, and at least one non-alphanumeric character. I'm going to enforce that. And in terms of other requirements, you can see you can set password expiration to expire the password in a certain amount of days. Usually a good best practice is between 60 to 90 days. That's usually the sweet spot to set this up. However, you can change it between 1 and 1,095 days, which is the option that you can set. So that's something you can set into place. What I'm going to do is I want to set the special requirement as prevent password reuse. And I'm going to say remember, and I'm going to say the one password. And it can be between 1 and 24. Once you're happy with adding in your own requirements, you can just say save changes and set this custom password policy. And as you can see here, this is going to impact any new user creation and all the existing users changing their passwords. So we can say set custom. And as we can see there, the password requirements for our IAM users have been updated, in fact. So now you can read here our custom password policy. So before we had a default password policy, now we have a custom password policy. And you can see all of those unique constraints that I enacted, such as the minimum password length, other requirements which are set here to never expire the password, prevent password reuse from the past one changes, and the password strength is set to full. I'm going to require one uppercase and lowercase letter, a number, and a non-alphanumeric character. If I want to reset it back to what it was, to the default password policy, I can say edit. I can set it to IAM default, and that's going to set it to what it was before. I can scroll down, and you can see here what it will set on the default, and you can just say save changes. And you can see here it's going to switch that policy to the IAM default, and you can say set default. And there we go, the password policy is now set to IAM default. All right, so that is how you can essentially go on ahead and create a password policy for your IAM users that pertain to your AWS account.